We are pulling up to Laura Engel's homestead in De Smet, South Dakota. And it's a dirt road all the way, and we were really trying to turn before this giant dump truck on the dirt road, making a huge dust cloud behind him. Our kids read the Little House on the Prairie's books, and they were very excited to come here. So this is going to be our stop in South Dakota before we...
You mean the Little House series?
It is Little House series, so we go straight. They have limited hours in the fall, so we literally have the whole place to ourselves. In the evening we have access to all the homestead and whatever we want to do, and there's nobody around, which is super cool. So we're just gonna go and play with the kids, and tomorrow we'll do the activities. Ilya went to get some diesel and fill up a propane tank so we can be ready to go. Hey, careful with her, careful! My kids are just running wild. I love it. This is how it's meant to be. Just running wild. Unsupervised. This is gorgeous. You can see like all the pasture and horses and cows.
Where you are?
I will not complain about my RV laundry anymore.
They wash. Welcome to Iron on Tuesday, mend on Wednesday, turn on Thursday, clean on Friday, bake on Saturday, rest on Sunday.
There's a goat. Alone, my sweet child. My daddy, please, Dad. They can eat your, they can eat your shirt. We still haven't found the kittens. I guess our main goal is to find the kittens. All right, let's go. We found a cat.
This one likes me, Mommy. Now, can I just get that, Mommy? I want to eat that now.
So we are in the barn. This is really, really cool.
Погода гарна. Він мені розказує, значить, книжки читав, він мені розказує. He likes him. He likes you. Look, he's like, I love you. Yeah, until he sees Ruby and he would be like, wow.
You can go. Good safety. Okay. Okay, we're ready to go. We're ready. And the I'm Elsa.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Now go home. Go home. Go home, Kitty. Let's go home. Go home. This is corn. It's ready corn. It's yellow. You lost me.
Come on, Jack, step. Come on, Jack, step. By fourth grade, you know all about the Homestead Act, the big Louisiana territory. So there's the big trees on the corner. See, behind that grass roof barn, there's the big trees down there. Those are still here from 139 years ago. Pa planted trees, and Laura said all the way down here, those are what still remain. So you go with that all the way down a half a mile to behind that church that we're gonna see when we get past the corn. Then you go a half a mile out here and there is one mule standing right out there in the corner. And then you go back behind this school that we're going to. And then from the school, go back up to those trees. So this big piece of land is the 160 acres that they would get. Take a willow stick and they bend it down and they find out where the water's gonna be. So they found water in that draw between the house and the barn where they are now. They did not build the house and barn yet. They just found water, so now they know where the house is going to be. So Pa hooks up his smaller horses, a lot smaller than these, and he hooks them up to his plow and he starts to dig the gardens so that Ma can help with the girls and they can start getting the rocks out of there and pounding that out and making that nice and pliable for a garden. And then he starts his 10 acres. We figure he probably planted this land right in here because it's nice and flat and it's pretty fertile soil. when you started out this morning, and everybody has their own lunch pail, Ma took a potato and she put it on the stove at home and she started baking it up. When you're all ready, you're done with your chores, you're ready to go to school, because you know you're gonna walk at least 1.5 miles, right? So you've got your clothes and you take your sleeves and pull them down. She takes the tongs and she puts this hot potato in your hands to keep your hands warm because you don't have any gloves yet. Gloves are very expensive. So you just hold on to that hot potato and take off running to school. When you get to school, this potato's cold, your hands are cold. When you come up to warm up on the stove, you're gonna set that potato there so it finishes to bake. So it bakes, and then at noon, you've got a baked potato.
Mm-hmm.
So Pa Engels started teaching people how to take hay like this and twist it up. So by twisting it like this, now we're gonna make it tighter. And then I put those ends together. Ooh, that's dusty. And then I tuck that tail in. So I end up with this. This is a nice hay twist. It's nice and firm. Laura doesn't talk about what they actually lived with the Mastersons and their child actor.
That's the way I
Keep going a little bit longer. And now here. This is going to be a twisted rope, not a braided rope. Keep pulling, we're ready. Keep going. The tension that you're providing is what makes a good rope.
Keep pulling back.
So it's twisting it. The faster you go, the faster I go. I'm gonna twist it up here.
jump.
When you try to show off. It's windy. I still got it. Wow, this is good exercise.
Crazy little fact, I could never jump a rope, even in school, even when I was a kid. I don't know, just not coordinated enough. Out of all those things, just can't do.
So, come on, Bettina. Good girl. And when they do stuff right, we say nice things to them. Where we're gonna go? It almost looks like a bit of a path. it is, because it's the route we take all the time. And then you start to follow the name yet, but she's about 3.5 months old. So if you have ideas for names,
We are heading to Upper Michigan and we needed to make a stop to break up our trip. So we looked it up and we decided to make a stop here at Laura Engel's homestead. Our kids, they read all of the books and they really wanted to go to the homestead and see it in person even before we went RVing. But this just was too far away and we were just thinking maybe one day we're going to be able to make it. Well, today is the day. We really enjoyed staying here. The kids had a blast and there were some activities during the day. In the summertime there is way more activities, but since we're here in the fall there is limited hours to the activities. But that doesn't restrict you from going around, exploring, running around. Daria really wanted to keep some of the cats. Well, that's a whole other topic to talk about. The house on the property is built to the dimensions what the original house would be. The only reason they know the dimensions because Pa recorded it and they built it to those specific measurements. The school on the property burned down. I guess they saved it a couple times and then the last time it just totally burned. So the school, the church, and the barn, they're old, but they're not original to the property. They were brought in from town. So it made people realize that they need to save some of these old buildings for the sake of history, and it's very interesting. It definitely puts into the perspective what life used to be like and how good we have it now. If you are RVing, there is RV spots available for rent on the property. There's 4 spots. They're $30 a night, and that includes water and electric. The dump station is available on the property and it is free of charge. If you enjoy any of the series of Little House on the Prairie books, this is definitely a must do, or put it on your bucket list. If you're ever nearby this area, stop by. It's really fun. There is a lot to do, a lot to see, and it's just really cool. We really enjoyed it. We're so glad that we made this stop.